Hi there. Thanks for joining me today. I'm really excited to show you today's video because I decided to try HelloFresh. I know this is everywhere, all over the internet for a while, but I finally decided to try it out and I really had a lot of fun making it. So I decided I'd film it. It's not sponsored or anything, but they didn't send it to me. But I just like watching people's videos of making food, and I thought you might want to see. So I'm just unpacking what they sent. There's some walnuts, some arugula, lemon, a pear, and some baby potatoes. Over there to the left is some chicken. This is goat cheese and some whole grain mustard. So what the meal is tonight is a lemon chicken with pear and roasted potatoes and goat cheese with a citrus vinaigrette. And holy, it was really good. I really like this if for no other reason than it gives me some interesting, fun, different recipe ideas that I wouldn't normally cook because I wouldn't normally eat this, honestly, but it was so delicious. So first thing I'm doing is just cutting up the baby potatoes into little cubes. I heated up the oven to 450 degrees Fahrenheit, and then these are gonna roast in a little olive oil, salt and pepper in the oven. And I'm doing a voiceover as I was going over this footage. I do love the sounds of like chopping food and washing the produce and everything, and the sizzling of the chicken in the pan, but my fridge is so loud. My fridge and the oven when it's heating up, and everything just makes so much noise that I need to sort that out before I put in the background noise. So thank you for being patient with me for that, but I am getting there, and that is on my to-do list. So yeah, I love watching videos of people making food. It's really inspiring, I find, to try new things myself. So I thought I'd just give this my little review because everyone else does it. But I am liking it a lot so far. I've made 3 meals and they've all been delicious. So here's me sprinkling on some olive oil, and then I'm just gonna kind of toss it and mix it in with my hands just to get all the potatoes coated with the oil. So yeah, that's the app on my phone there, and it walks you through making the recipe step by step. It lets you turn on a timer if you need, like for how long the potatoes need to roast, etc. So it's super cool. They've got it down to a science, really. And that's where you can choose your meals for the week. So I'm just adding a little salt and pepper onto the pan. And that's it. They're pretty simple, but they ended up tasting so good. So they're going to go in the oven here after this for about, I think it was like 24 minutes. And then I am chopping up a pear while slicing it. And then I'm coring it, and then I'm going to slice it in really thin little slices. And these will go on top of our arugula for the salad, which is also delicious. And fun fact, any pears, apples, grapes, a lot of different fruits, if you sprinkle a little lemon juice on it, which is what I was doing here, sprinkle a little lemon juice and a little bit of sugar on them, and they taste like Sour Patch Kids or like sweet and sour candy. And it's a good, like, healthier alternative to something like that. And it's so delicious. So, fun fact. So I'm just slicing up the pears really thin. These were so delicious. My mouth is watering looking at it, thinking about how good it was. But I like how now I have this recipe forever. So if I want to make this again, it's super easy to get the ingredients at the grocery store. But I got a great recipe idea, and it was an easy way to learn how to make it with the ingredients portioned exactly how I needed them, and step-by-step instructions that I could follow. It was pretty awesome. I would recommend doing it if you want to broaden your repertoire of recipes and you may feel like you make the same thing every single night, because that's how I was feeling, and this has really inspired me to get a little more creative in the kitchen. So now I'm just doing up a little lemon zesty. And then after I zest it, I'm gonna cut it in half and squeeze a little juice onto the pears, and then I sampled a few like I was telling you. It's so good, even without sugar, just with the lemon juice, but you add a little sugar and it's even better. So good, just trust me. It's delicious. And I have such a sweet tooth, so I like when savory meals have this element of sweet to it, like with the pear and the lemon. It was really good. So I'm just patting the chicken dry, and then I'm adding on that lemon zest, and then I'm just gonna do a little salt and pepper on top. And then these are just gonna fry in a pan, which is really, really simple and easy to do, but it was so good. Alright, so I heated up this pan over medium heat, and then I am throwing in the walnuts, and they're just gonna toast for a few minutes, and I keep shaking them per the instructions so that they don't burn. And they're so nice and toasty and full of aroma after they toast like that. I think it makes a huge difference, and they smelled and tasted so good. So next I'm adding a little bit of avocado oil to the pan, and I'm going to stick the chicken breasts in to cook they're going to fry for about 6 to 7 minutes on each side is what it said, and that was pretty accurate. I think I did maybe just a couple more minutes because one was like a bit thicker, and I just wanted to be sure. I'd rather be safe than sorry when it comes to making sure my chicken's fully cooked. But yeah, I'm flipping them over after a few minutes, and they look so nice and golden brown. I'm getting hungry again already. One thing I will say is I normally always have a really hard time cooking the right amount of food, and this it sends you the perfect amount of food for however many people you have, so you don't have to worry about throwing a bunch extra away if you can't eat it all up for leftovers and things like that. So this is nice. It teaches you how much food you actually need for 2 people or 4 people or whatever. So here I'm just putting a little bit of the arugula down, a bed of arugula, if you will. Wedges were done. They look so good. And I'm just adding a little side of roasted potatoes. They had in their photo everything all mixed together, but I liked having the potatoes on the side. I think that's just me though. And that's a good thing about it. You can totally make the recipe your own and leave out anything you think you wouldn't like, but I'm glad I tried to make it pretty much exactly as it said, because it turned out so good. So then I added those pears on top of the arugula, and I didn't show this part, but I added like 1.5 teaspoons of sugar and 1 or 2 tablespoons of oil as well to that lemon juice for the dressing for the salad. And the chicken's done. It looks so good. It was really nice and juicy and flavorful. And I'm just cutting it up a little bit because it's kind of like a chicken salad, but like so delicious. So I wanted it to be in little strips. And oh my gosh, I don't know if this looks good to you or not, but it was so tasty. And then I just slide the chicken over the salad, and like honestly, it's looking heavenly. And it really was. Then after this, I toss over top the walnuts. And the walnuts were so good. All these flavors tied in really well together, which obviously they know. That's why they gave you this recipe. But it teaches you what foods pair well together if you didn't already know. Like, I definitely didn't know, like, think to put walnuts and pears in a salad with chicken. But it's so good. And then I just crumbled the goat cheese over top of everything. At first I was just going to put it over the salad, but over the potatoes, it was so good too. And this is how it turned out. It was so good. Thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you really, really soon. Bye.